Hey, it's JJ. What's going on? I am here doing a video for the first time in quite a while. I think kind of feels like you might hear some construction happening, but I'm here on a really beautiful sunny sun day to talk about the elements of the sun and Mother Earth, our divine feminine revolution that is happening, that is occurring on this planet at this time, in light of our health and vitality movement that we've been experiencing the past few years on this planet, and how this planet has been in a quarantine from our galactic realms for many thousands of years. I'm here to talk about all of that. And I'm also really clearly guided to share 2 actionable practices, specifically for men, for anyone that identifies with the masculine presenting energy, right? This is definitely for you. And this is based on my experience lately, lots and lots of conversations around what's been happening lately, seeing these massive protests and seeing how a lot of my friends and people that I consider to be like brothers and all kinds of dudes that are trying to show up in a positive, healing way amidst everything that's going on. For those of you guys who are seeking to be of service at this time and show up in a way that's healing, I think for a lot of guys right now, you're being met with all of the pain and rage and anger of the feminine collective. And I've just heard some stories recently. I've also been reflecting on my own mistakes and ways that I have, lashed out at the people that I love the most in my own anger and spite and jealousy and like all these things that are at a surface level. It all stems from pain. Right? And I'm not a perfect human being. No one really is, no matter how clear or enlightened your channel is, right? So from my own reflection and hearing what's going on from a lot of guy friends and a lot of conversations I've been having recently, I'm just getting this sense of, especially for men, people that are showing up with positive intentions, whether it's like holding the door for someone or trying to spark a nice, kind conversation or greeting someone with, in a positive way, is just being met with, get away from me, fuck you, like da 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 da, like this rage, which is completely valid with what's going on, So I'm here to remind you guys that when you're feeling attacked and when you're feeling unjustly lashed out on and yelled at, or like whatever it is, right? We have to cultivate a way that instead of letting this build up into resentment and more pain, and instead of like putting your walls up and like, you know what, screw it, I'm just gonna be like a programmed robot and forget my emotions and just become this. No. That's what has created the insidious issues that are now coming to the surface, right? The true masculine energy in its purest form is that of the sun, okay? Father Sun, right? The sun's light and the sun's rays do not shine onto Mother Earth in a way that dictates, okay, now these plants are going to grow this way and these fruits are going to blossom at this time. No, right? The sun just shines. The sun just radiates and provides its warmth and its heat and its wisdom. It does not try to micromanage or control. And so this is, very much connected to our planet's, her sickness that we've been experiencing for so long. It's finally being realized on such a collective level, realized to the point where we can really take action, and continue this revolution, continue these movements, right? As someone that wholeheartedly dove into and worked full-time for Greenpeace for almost 2 years, I can tell you that social justice and the feminine energy of Mother Earth is so interconnected. And life force energy, spirituality, healing, this is all connected. So when it comes to these two practices, for men especially, for everyone, but for men especially right now, these are practices that I will go into more detail about and flesh out a little bit here. But it's definitely not coming from a place of trying to micromanage, like, okay guys, like we should be talking in this way or acting in this way or saying this or no. None of that, okay? For those of you who are feeling called to step up, to be of service in a positive way, to continue to show up in a way that's healing, two practices that I recommend to actionably clear and cleanse your vessel so that you are able to, as an empath, continue to reach more people without taking on other people's pain. Being able to clear out and cleanse these instances that we go through. And, all this. Number one is Ho'oponopono, which is a set of affirmations, really simple but really profoundly transformative for your vessel. I love you, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you. Ho'oponopono is this set of affirmations that is to be said out loud. Whatever you say out loud has a direct effect on your energetic field. And this set of affirmations specifically, I love you, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, is something that I've worked very closely with the past few years and has been tremendously healing for me and for many people that I share this with. It's an ancient Hawaiian and Tibetan practice that was really brought about and cultivated hundreds of years ago by a shaman, medicine man, that was called into an asylum. And this is just a story that I'm repeating from a channeler that I learned from and respect. I'm just passing on a story that I've learned, so take what resonates, leave the rest, right? But this shaman, medicine man, healer was called in to an insane asylum that was full of negativity to such an extent, chaos, violence, aggression. He was called in to try to create healing and peace for this facility. And what he ended up doing was remarkable, because over the course of a few weeks that he was there, the violence decreased significantly and reduced significantly for the time that he was there. But what he did was very shocking to the doctors at the time and the people there, because what he did was actually, instead of working directly with these patients, he actually went to the facility and shut himself into like a back office or back room space for weeks and said out loud the Ho'oponopono, I love you, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, over each patient's file, in cabinets of, files of each patient in this asylum. He practiced these affirmations with the intention and with the prayer for each patient. And so just his dedication on his own, in his own space, while he was there, had the impact that he intended for it to have. And so an important part of Ho'oponopono is realizing that you don't have to be with a person that has attacked you or hurt you in any way to truly forgive them and to create healing between the energy that you share with this person, because we're all interconnected. The fragmentation and separation is an illusion, right? So say, for instance, this is actually something I heard about happen recently, so I'm just feeling called to just say it and share it. Someone who has the most beautiful positive intentions of just creating healing and traveling around to like brighten people's day, tried to greet a woman on the train, and she lashed out and was like, get the fuck away from me, like get off the train, get away from me. And he wasn't even doing anything. It was literally just like, hi, how are you, or some like random compliment or something that was, with the best intentions, but it was met with, someone who was triggered for completely valid reasons with everything that's going on and everything that we face as women. It's completely valid, really, to be furious at the injustice that's taking place. It's been happening for so long. Especially, my heart goes out to so many activists that have been doing this for so much longer, since, the 60s and 70s, and just have seen like the continuation of this to come to this point now in 2022. Our anger is valid, our anger is justified, but what I'm talking about here for the divine masculine energy that is called to be of service and make a difference and continue to show up in this positive way, what needs to happen in situations like this, and you can utilize Ho'oponopono in this case, right? What needs to happen is forgiveness and recognizing this pain and then releasing it and transmuting it. Guys, dudes, it's not benefiting anyone for you to shame yourselves or to go into hiding or like beat yourselves up or, take on this pain and like, we need healing for everyone. We need healing for the entire collective. And this whole war that's between the masculine and feminine, we need to realize that we need each other. Mother Earth needs the sun and vice versa. We work together to heal. And this is our truth. This is our reality. It's not the religious ideas of like, father and son, that's like these men that are in the sky that are projecting all of this like judgment and fear onto people. No. Our truth is in the elements of the sun and the plant life and the growth of our planet, and how this feminine energy provides the nurturing and the growth and the life and you get it, you get the gist, right? This is what we're coming back to, and this is what we're realizing. So to practice the art of Ho'oponopono is what I am being guided to share is extremely beneficial, especially to the divine masculines at this time. This is one practice that I highly recommend. especially when you're feeling tempted to carry this resentment and violence and anger that is coming at you. Release it instead, so that you can continue to show up in kindness, because it only takes one person in their kindness, in their authenticity, in their light, to show up and completely transform a space where everyone else is trapped in density and weight and depression. It only takes one person. Because contrary to the programming and the illusion that we're taught, kindness and vulnerability is really the true power, is really the true strength. So yeah, when you find yourself in these circumstances, I hope this resonates with even just one human being. When you find yourself in the circumstances, try saying Ho'oponopono, just saying out loud these affirmations, with either a specific situation or person in mind, or just for your own self, right? Even if you're the one that's been hurt or attacked, by saying, I'm sorry, please forgive me, I love you, thank you. It's actually doing the healing work for yourself and for that other person or place or situation. So, Ho'oponopono, the other actionable step, the second actionable step that I'm feeling called and guided to suggest to everyone, but especially the Divine Masculine Collective, is to cry. Is to truly realize that we are a planet that is mostly water. We are over 70% water ourselves. And we need to allow our sacred waters to flow. Boys are programmed from a young age to hold all of this in and to hold all of this back. And it's just not healthy. It's just not helping anyone. So guys, when that energy comes over you of like, all right, I'm going through it, I'm in such a painful place, but I'm just gonna tough it out, and gotta go to work, gotta go here, there, take care of this, so you feel the heaviness, right, that you're still holding on to. And you feel how it puts walls up between you and whoever is around you. It's time to learn to just release. And whether you're with someone that's holding space for you or by yourself in your own sacred space, cry and release. And realize how this allows you to let go of these painful energies. Realize how it lightens everything up afterwards. It's really simple, but I really hope someone hears this and resonates with this and takes this to heart, because it's really needed at this time. We need to realize the importance of this, and we need to keep undoing this programming. So, Ho'oponopono. I'm sorry, I love you, please forgive me, thank you. These affirmations, what we say out loud, has a direct effect on our energetic fields. And crying, releasing, letting our waters flow. This is alchemy, this is transformation, this is something that we need to tune back into. All of us, but especially dudes. Especially for the masculine energy, anyone that identifies as, more of a masculine energy, right? So I hope these practices reach the right people, whoever is called to this, and I hope to continue to show up, not just in this way, but in person as well. The solstice, the solstice starseed gathering that we had in Prospect Park recently was so transformative and so healing. So I'm looking forward to holding space in this way more in the future, especially in the Prospect Park area and in Coney Island here in Brooklyn, near the beach, right? Just to open up a space for anyone that identifies as a starseed or light worker, or anyone that is just interested in like cosmic galactic remembering, and empaths that are tuned into frequency and all of this. I'm really here for it, and I hope to continue to meet more people that are into this, cultivating CE5, the whole movement of conscious collective contact and facilitating, starting this contact ourselves, right? Yeah, really looking forward to it. So I hope this comes across in my authenticity. Like I said, I'm definitely not all, put together or really like in a way where I'm like, all right, everything's lined up and perfect and ready to go. Like, no, it's really like very messy for me and very confusing for me in many ways. Like, it's challenging times that we're in. It's extremely challenging times that we're in. But I'm just kind of at this point, and I think we're all kind of at this point as a collective, where it's just time to show up in our truth. It's just time to put your best foot forward and just do it. No one's perfect. It's just time to create the change that we want to see and create the healing that we need for ourselves. So, with that being said, peace and love.